Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Mike Premier Business Radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with me. You can follow me on social platforms, hashtag one of Mike RVA, as well as Mike King Biz. We're coming to you from Bryant and Stratton. It is always great when we come to Bryant and Stratton. Fridays is where you hear us, but we come here talking about what's happening in the world here. As I always say, we bring out the best and the brightest. There's an outstanding event that's coming up. So I always say it's a business show. So tell us who you are and what you do, sir.
Thank you, Mike, for allowing me to be here. First of all, let me say this. It seemed like we've known one another for
Sure.
years, and I definitely appreciate that. I'm here to speak on behalf of the Richmond Society of Human Resource Managers. They have an up and coming conference called the Rising Professional Conference. And it's for HR providers, it's for students, it's for people that want to be enlightened on the subject of networking, leadership, and emotional intelligence development. We'll be talking about the great resignation. We're talking about how to reset yourself, rebrand yourself for business.
Is there really a great resignation? And how about this thing on quiet quitting? You know, when I hear people quiet quitting, I've never heard anybody loud quitting. I mean, there are people who have an outburst and they're going to make a statement as they go out the door. But you know, when they say people they started cutting down on the workload. A lot of times that's what happens when a person has a job. We just put a name on it now.
Yes.
But when you have the next job in hand, sometimes people's productivity kind of. But you're an expert in that field.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I think a good way to start that conversation off is the loud quitting. If you have an employee that loudly quits, you can easily identify, you can have contingency plans, have them put them in place. You know what the person's mindset is. But what about that person that shows up to work every day? They're quiet. Yet, you later on, you find out they have put forth minimal effort. I was talking to a business owner last night, and she was talking about how she had to replace one of her employees because in an unguarded moment, she came in and found the employee coming in late, taking an extended lunch break, a lot of things that she thought that the employee was doing correctly, the employee was not doing, or putting forth minimal effort. That can put a great or inordinate drag on the profitability of a business, how effective a business could be. When you have people, I like to put it this way, there's camouflage, and yet they show up, but they're putting forth minimal effort.
But they look good with their minimal effort.
They look very good. They have mastered the art of being present, but yet invisible and non-productive at the same time. I'll share something with you, a story that I had while I was in the military. I was in charge of a pharmacy. I took over and I had my NCO responsible for supply. His job was to make sure we supposedly never run out of medication. So he had to order the medication. Well, I was relatively new. I would come in early, and guess what? He was there before I was there. I'm impressed. Papers are flying, shuffling, smoke coming out his ears, busy looking guy. Well, it's time for me to leave for the evening. I leave. He's there when I leave. I leave him there working, shuffling paperwork, smoke coming out of his ears. And before long, I found out we were running out of medication. And I'm saying the guy is looking busy. He has all the accoutrements and the trappings looking like he's doing a great job. But in the end result is that he wasn't producing. And so that's the problem when you have people that appear to be productive, but really aren't productive, and they have no desire to be productive, but they want their paycheck. So the business owner has a challenge. How do you get folks to be engaged? And that's one of the big things that's happened to a lot of business. How do you get your workforce to be engaged? What method we need to use? What leadership, in fact, we need to put in place to harvest the benefit of diversity, to harvest the benefit of the skill set that the people have. And so right now, when you have people in mass and large numbers that's not putting forth effort, it can be dangerous to a business and spill over nationally to our whole economy.
When we're coming out of the pandemic now, but what's the state of business when you start to, we're coming to you from Bryant and Stratton right now. What is the state of business? How do you see the business landscape?
I see it as recovering in a sense that, yeah, we've lost some oomph. People are reevaluating, do they really want to come out of their house to go back into the workplace to work? A couple of things I feel that employers need to still offer. Telecommute, allow people to work from home. They still can be just as productive. It's very important that, and I'll tell you this story that as relates to the pandemic, the effects it have had, supply chain disruption. I ordered a new dining room set. It's taken me 2 years with dealing with two different companies. That finally, I just got the complete set 2 weeks ago. And so I'm saying, what is this? Is this crazy or what? So a lot of businesses, regardless of what the label or the type of business, have been impacted. And I think we're yet recovering. But I have found out in life that whenever there's a major challenge that any nation or any economy face, there are great opportunities for those that are that sharp and those that know how to identify opportunities and to really survey their environment looking for opportunities, not excuses not to perform, but now it is what it is. What can I do to thrive, to move forward?
One of the parts we're here on the campus of Bryant and Stratton. I'd like to thank you guys for having us here. So when we talk about HR, we talk about plays a big part in the culture of an organization. Let's talk about the event that you guys have coming up and the reason for its importance.
I'm excited about the conference that's coming up because of the partnership that we have with the Richmond Society of Human Resource Management and Bryant and Stratton College. It's a great opportunity for our students to be exposed to business professionals. And we have people that are representing the different businesses here in the Richmond area. They'll be here on campus, interacting, networking. At the very end of the conference, we're going to have a breakout session that you can come and talk to the industry professionals. We'll have, for example, some of the speakers that we're going to have. We have Pamela Bradley. She's coming in. She's still going to be talking about networking. She's going to share with you how you can package yourself, how you can have strategies to network, where you can mine for those different opportunities, how you can present yourself. I'll be coming right behind her, and I'll be talking about leadership and emotional intelligence. And I want to say a little bit more about emotional intelligence in detail, but I don't want to capture everything right now. But you need to be in this conference. I think it would benefit anybody that's desiring to sharpen their skill set, to help them get themselves promoted, to build leadership skills, to find out what emotional intelligence is all about. They need to be there. We have Takeda Williams. She's coming in talking about the Great Resignation, as we just talked about, and how businesses can position themselves to turn things around for them. And we have Tiffany Fortune. She's coming and she's talking about reset. And you may ask the question, what is reset? Well, we had a conversation the other day with her, and I found out that reset is that when you, as an employee, lose that oomph, when the wind have been knocked out of you, or you're at a stage in your career, how do you rebrand yourself? How do you get reinvigorated so you can move forward for promotion? She is coming to give you strategies, things you can do to have a personal reset, how you can get a fresh burst of wind to go forward so you can thrive in your industry. So it'll be something for everybody. If they come out and be a part, again, our students, we ask them to come out. I think they're going to be greatly enriched. If you are a mid-level manager, mid-level within your organization, you need to be here, be a part of that. If you're a senior manager and you want to come and see what you can provide for your organization, you need to come out and be a part of this conference. I'm looking forward to it. We're excited about it.
And what's the date on that?
The date is October the 13th. It'll start at 3 p.m. and it'll run through 6 p.m. And at the very end there, again, it's a time of networking. Where you can ask questions, you can interact. Bring your business cards. It's a time of networking. We'll have Bryant Stratton College will be here. There's the campus director will have a special incentive if you want to take a class coming out of this conference. There will be a HR class, organization and leadership and behavior class. There'll be 3 classes, and the third one eludes me, but free classes. You can come and we'll cover the cost of the tuition for that class.
So we're here, Bryant and Stratton. We're talking about leadership When you set culture in an organization, and you've been on both sides, leadership management, what's the difference between the culture management of a military unit as opposed to a business organization?
Mike, that is a great question. One of the things in my background, I used to be a career consultant, and we had clients from the military. And I'm retired military myself. Let me add that 20 years in. And one of the big lessons that I had to learn, and we share with our clients, that there is a transition. The military has more of a structured environment, a more structured climate where rank is recognized, and just simply if a person has the rank, they give an order, and everybody just fall in line with it by and large. In the civilian sector, it's more about relationship and how do you build relationship? How do you lead people? How do you get your workforce engaged? How do you cause them to want to do what you ask them to do? And it's about profitability. Every organization is in business to be profitable. So you have to engage people, willing performance for the goal of being profitable for the organization to be effective. So it's a little bit, the skill set is different. You just can't just tell someone to do it because I'm the boss and expect them to do it.
No,
It doesn't work.
what is the culture here that drew you to Bryant and Stratton?
The thing I love about Bryant and Stratton is that they're very flexible. I have found them that they are a diamond that a lot of people have not even heard of. I've worked in a number of different universities and colleges. So I think I'm in a perfect position to evaluate the culture here at Bryant and Stratton. The instructors, I believe that they're among the best, second to none. They're experts in their field. The students can get customized small classes, high touch education. And I think that that a lot of people need to know that Bryant and Stratton is a shining star that they can tap into to meet their educational and professional goals.
Where you are right now, you've been in education space for a while.
About 2 decades.
What does it look like now as opposed to what it looked like 15, 20 years ago?
We are at I believe, a very critical juncture that a lot of schools are facing a lot of competition. The landscape have exploded. For-profit, not-for-profit schools, especially for-profit schools have exploded. So there's more competition, more schools vying from the same pool of students, and most schools are looking for a competitive edge. So I see a lot of that. I was just receiving notification 2 days ago from a major university. I won't call the name of the university, but a major global university. And the president sent out a memo saying that, hey, we have to go through some cost containment. And they even had laid off some workers because of reduced enrollment. 2 years ago, I was at a major university where a lot of major schools have met. And the whole purpose of the meeting was how do we grow our enrollment, because they were facing decline in enrollment. So the competition is a lot stiffer. Now, for the student population, I find that we have a greater pool of non-traditional students, people that have been out in the workplace. Now they recognize the need for a degree and to improve themselves, broaden their knowledge base. So you have more older students, more experienced students come in the classroom. Now that poses a special problem because as a professor, as an educator, you have to bring your A game. You have to realize that you have to make sure you can incorporate the student's experience and that the information you provide them is something they really can use and not a lot of theory, but how do we apply this to our day-to-day business? So a number of dynamics have taken place. It's a great day though to seek an education still, I believe that.
One of the things, so when you're talking to a 20-year-old, life is in the forward, it's looking for, a lot of life is theory at that point. When you're talking to people in their 30s and 40s, they've lived some life. So the professor, you have to understand as a professor, you're teaching them on ways, it's not theory, because they've lived life.
Yes, absolutely. There's a distinct difference, as you pointed out, between an older learner, what I call an adult learner, and someone just coming out of high school and they're trying to find their way. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'll be honest with you. A young person trying to find their way, identify. You have some common core classes, your English, your basic math things. So they have time to identify what it is that they really want to do. If they happen to change their majors a couple of times, that's not the kiss of death. There's time to recover from that. They're still trying to find themselves. We have a unique career center that can help them identify, younger students, identify their passion, and we can design a program that'll be appropriate for their passion. It help them stay on course. They have the support. Again, for the older student, have been out in the workforce, they're more definitive in what they want. They have low tolerance for a lot of theory. Tell me, how does this apply to my business? How do I make this work in the marketplace? And so we have to design our courses to meet the needs of the older student, as well as capture the passion of the younger student and point them in the right direction.
One of my here. So, one last time, how can people find you and get information about the event?
I am at Bryant Stratton College. I'm Dr. Kenneth Moss. I'm the program director for business studies. You can contact us. You can call. In fact, I have a phone number I can share that you can reach me directly.
Okay.
And for those that are listening in, you can reach me at area code 804-380-9445. Again, that number is 804-380-9445, and that'll come directly to me. I can give you information about the conference. That conference will be October the 13th. It'll start at 3 p.m. and run to 6 p.m. So we look forward to having you here at Bryant Stratton College in North Chesterfield, Virginia. The address is 8213 Hull Street Road, North Chesterfield, Virginia. We look forward to seeing your face in the place.
That's right. Alrighty, so you've been around for a while. What does the business ecosystem of Richmond and the RV area look like now compared to, say, 10 years ago?
I think that Richmond is in a very unique position that they can prime themselves for to capture some unique situations. We have, there's a whole conversation that we can have about global business, how that people will be surprised here in the Richmond area, how big Richmond has as relates to having a global presence in the businesses. They're small businesses, they have a global footprint. In fact, I tease my students sometimes when we start talking about global business. I talk about there's a Virginia diner out there on it's outside of Richmond. It's on 460 heading east on the right-hand side. That little place been there since I think 1930s or so. Been there ever since I can remember. But it has a global footprint. And you could ask me, how is that? I thought they're just a little restaurant on the side of the road. Well, because of the internet. The internet has made it possible for us to conduct business, have a global presence, conduct business all over the world. And there are a lot of businesses here in the Richmond area that have captured that method or modality using the internet to conduct business. So we have to have a global mindset. And years ago, that was not so much the case, right? We didn't have the technology. The speed of transportation have increased. There's so many things that can really benefit and help a business if they think larger, if they think on a global perspective.
A couple of you, so you are a management leadership expert. Let's talk about some of the things when you look at business, people launching businesses right now, people doing it. What are a couple of things that guidelines can say to a person, you're launching a business or you want to scale your business? What do you need to do right now?
I'm smiling because, Mike, you don't know this. In fact, we haven't launched it yet. One of the things my boss, my dean, and I have been in conversation. We're about to start a business incubator in business and Stratton College. We, and I personally will lead this. We will start having courses, short-term courses, workshops, and management. How do you, if you're going to start a new business, you got to have management skills. We're going to teach management skills. We're going to teach marketing skills, the financial skills you need, how to write your business plan, how to apply for the different, respond to the RFPs, proposals that's out there, so you can launch your business off. Everything you need to find funding for your business, we're gonna be teaching you how to do that. And so we have a business incubator. The space have already been designated. We just need to get the curriculum together and get the word out. And we believe in the next, I would say in the next 60 days or so, that we'll be up and running and ready. And so stay tuned. You'll be hearing a lot more about this coming up.
One of my guests, we break news here, so I'd like to thank you for coming on the program. You can catch Bryant and Stratton here with one of Mike. We are the best business radio program. Bryant and Stratton is the premier educational facility institution here in Chesterfield. Make sure you check them out. They got, like you said, people know you for nursing, but there's a whole bunch of other programs that are here, like you said, business courses.
Yes, Mike, I'm so glad you mentioned, we have a great nursing program, taking nothing from them. But we do have another side to Bryant and Stratton College. We have a very robust business program. Under that program, we have digital marketing, we have accounting, we have human resource management, we have early childhood education program. We have a hospitality program. That's something, we have some unique
Well, that's right,
partnerships.
that's right, we're working with veterans, somebody working with my man, Ralph Patel.
Yes, yes. We're so excited about that. We even have interns that's already working for Mr. Patel in one of his hotels.
One of the things we always talk about here is you guys offer people jobs in industries that they're not ready to get jobs. And you guys are working with career services. So it's not like already I'm graduating and here I go, world. No.
I want you to listen to this. I was so impressed when I started working for Bryant Stratton College. When I found out that our career services department have a 95% placement rate, job placement rate. Can you imagine that? And we have 100% placement rate for our interns, that we work very robustly to find internships for our students. So when they graduate, they walk across that stage, they're job ready. They have the experience, they have the education underpinning, and so we set them up for success.
There you go. That's the word, Bryant and Stratton. One Mike will talk to you soon. Thanks now. Take care.